Okay, I'm waiting for people to start joining. I want to share to you and also teach you how to trade, how to catch spikes for crash and boom. Those of you watching, if you are here, I want you to comment in the section below, comment section, and tell me where you're watching from so that we begin. I want to start teaching. The chat is there. I'm sure those of you who are watching live right now, you're able to see my chat. So I want to show you how to trade crash and boom, C1000 as well as C500, B1000 as well as B500. Okay, thank you so much. You're watching from Tanzania. Thank you so much for connecting with us. So I want to show you, I want to teach you. Okay, thank you so much, Nigeria, our brothers, all those you from Africa. Are you able to see the chat, people? Can you see the chat? Can you see my chat, please? I want to make sure that even as I begin sharing with you this knowledge, priceless knowledge, which you guys were supposed to buy, I'll be giving it to you for free. And I promise you, I'm going to answer any question that you have about crash and boom without even hiding or leaving anything behind. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to share with you the knowledge. I'm going to give it for free, which you are supposed to buy from other people with money, and I'm going to give it to you as a gift to you on your Christmas, as well as we'll be crossing over to next year. So I want you to bear with me, and if you have all questions, just you can leave them in the comment and I'll go through even right now as we'll be sharing with you this knowledge live. Are you able to see now? I have zoomed in. Are you able to see now? Even as I'll be sharing with you this knowledge, I will make sure that I give you all that you need to know, all that you need. Yeah, so I will give you this without even leaving anything. So how do you trade crash and boom? Okay, it is very much important. How do you trade? A lot of people will give you this, hiccups of saying, no, you need to put some indicators, all those signals that I usually give in the group. I don't use signals, I don't use indicators. Okay, they will tell you, no, you must use indicators, you must do this, but it is totally crap. They just want to eat your money, and they are not going straight to the point to tell you how to make money on crash and boom without even having to have that doubt. How am I going to make money? So I'm about to show you right now how to trade crash and boom without using all those craps like indicators, robots. I'm going to give you this knowledge because you have been full of supportive, and also it is your lucky day. This year you are going to cross over with the knowledge that is going to empower and supercharge your trading skill. This is crash and boom. So let's begin. How do you know, or how do I know that it is about to spike? How do I know that crash 1000 is going to spike? How do I know that boom 1000 is going to spike up? Okay, because what happens is this. Okay, thanks to those of you who are joining right now. What happens is this: every time, okay, every time boom spikes, it goes up. Every time crash spikes, it goes down. So a lot of questions that I've been receiving recently is that, how do I know that crash 1000 or boom 1000 is about to spike? The answer is simple. First of all, every time you are about to start analyzing a chart, okay, every time, the mistake that a lot of you guys make is that you always analyze your charts on smaller time frame, which is very much risky. People won't tell you that, but I'm going to tell you. You will risk your money and you stand a high chance to lose your money. But what I'm going to show you, it is something that is going to help you stand out among the rest. And this is a strategy. It is a principle, not a strategy. Sorry to say. Okay, it is a principle that governs. Binary will never tell you this. Any scammer out there simply will take your money but won't tell you this. But I'm going to tell you this, especially all of you from this within African continent. I'm going to share with you, and this is the only way we are going to combat poverty. So how do I catch spikes? How do I know that it is about to spike? Let's go. Let's proceed. First of all, as a professional trader, you must make sure that you start understanding your time frame. Okay, how do I analyze crash and boom? How do I analyze where do I make entry? What time frame do I make my entries on crash and boom? So let's begin. First of all, we are going to talk about higher time frames. We are going to talk about higher time frames. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I put my phone like this. Hopefully you're able to see. Okay, if you're able to see, you can just leave a comment. If you're able to see now, my phone is in a landscape, not in a portrait form. So this is how you trade. Okay, we are using, first of all, we are using 1 hour time frame right now. Okay, this is a resistance right now, and this is a support. Okay, so one thing that you should understand is that you must always take advantage of these levels, key levels of support and resistance. Take advantage of the key levels of support and resistance. Usually what happens is that every time boom, crash 1000 reaches a resistance, okay, especially on 1 hour time frame, it will spike down. Every time boom 1000 reaches a support and you see it on 1 hour time frame, it will spike up. And people have been ignoring these levels, key levels of support and resistance, simply because they are so much prone to thinking that an indicator is going to save them. An indicator is going to give them when to enter. But if you want to know how to make entries, or how to know that it is about to spike, make sure that you go on and check from higher time frame. So right now, let's go and understand the higher time frame, or we are going to start from 4 hour time frame. On 4 hour time frame right now, it is showing us that those of you who would love to trade against the spike, you would, okay, the audio, let me check, guys, let me check what's happening to the audio. Okay, are you able to hear me now? Are you able to hear me now? Are you able to hear me on this audio right now? Are you able to hear my audio? Can you hear my audio, please? If you can hear my voice, I want you to comment that yes, you can hear my voice. If you're not hearing my voice, I want you to say no, I'm not hearing my voice, so that we know I know what to do to help you guys out. Because right now you need to understand this. It's very much important. Okay. So those of you, okay, thank you so much if you're able to hear my voice. So let's continue. So what happens is that you have seen that I usually hold trades every time I'm trading crash or boom. So what happens is that if you also want to trade against spikes, you usually take advantage when you see that the market has reached the support level for crash. Because if the market has reached the support level for crash, if it has reached the support level on crash 1500, which simply means that the market is no longer moving towards the support because it has already reached, especially on a high time frame like this one, 4 hour time frame. So what usually happens is that if the market has reached has approached on high time frame the support level, if you're trading crash, that means spikes will begin to be smaller. Okay, so for you to analyze, for instance, since I'm talking about how to catch spikes, for you to analyze the time frames, you must first of all know where the market is coming from. So if you want to trade spikes for crash 1000, you must make sure that you start from higher time frame. So in this case, the time frame we are looking at crash 1000. That's the time frame. Crash 1000. Crash 1000 is an index that we are talking about. So this is my yes, crash 1000. That's crash 1000. So in this case, this is my support level. Okay, I've drawn this support resistance level, because like I was saying, every time you must make sure that if you want to trade spikes, every time you want to trade spikes for crash 1500, make sure you take advantage of the resistance, key levels of support and resistance. So in this case, if you want to trade spikes for crash 1500, make sure that you take into account or advantage of the levels of support and of resistance. So in this case, here we are trying to understand where the market is coming from and where the market is going. So for crash 1000, the market was coming from this level. It came from this level, okay, on 1 hour time frame. It is coming from that level, this level, this level. This is where the market is coming from. All right. So since the market is coming from that level, I want you to note that here, when crash 1000 reached that level, it started spiking. When crash 1000 reached that level, it started spiking. To prove my point, I want us to go on smaller time frame. We are going to go on 5-minute time frame first of all. Okay, that is 5-minute time frame, guys. That is 5-minute time frame. Hopefully you can see. Okay, so at that particular level, crash 1000 began spiking. From that instantly, from that level, instantly it started spiking, creating higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and lower lows here. Okay, when it was coming down. Why? Because every time crash 1000 reaches a resistance level, it will begin spiking. And every time boom 1500 reaches a support level, it will begin spiking. So for you to hold, how can you hold a trade on crash 1000 or 500? Okay, we are going to talk on crash 1000 first of all, and 500. We are in the next live session, which we are going to start this evening. We will talk about boom 1500. So for now, let's concentrate on these two indices of crash 1000 and 500. So every time boom 1000 reaches crash 1000 reaches a resistance level, it spikes. As you can see, those were spikes. The market has been coming down. The market has been coming down simply because every time crash reaches a resistance level, it will start spiking whether you like it or not. Okay, and this is a 5-minute time frame. Okay, let me take you back on 1 hour time frame. On 1 hour time frame, I had drawn, okay, I had drawn that resistance where I put this horizontal line. So on smaller time frame, this is where spikes begin occurring. Why? Because it is a resistance. It is a verified resistance. So if I take you back also on 4-hour time frame, on 4-hour time frame, you will understand that what I'm telling you is true. Here, spikes started happening. So finally, when the market tested, okay, it tested here, it started spiking. So if I take you again to 5-minute time frame, you're going to prove that what I'm saying is true. There, spikes started happening. Okay, spike started happening on crash 1000, started happening, and the market began coming down. All right. So if you want to trade profitably, first of all, you must first understand where the direction of the market, and you cannot see it on smaller time frame. Not at all. You can't see it. But if you turn it on higher time frame, like 4 hour and 1 hour, you'll be able to see where the market has reached at. Okay. So for instance, if you saw that uh uh crash 1000 has approached that level, is approaching that level, if I were you, I would even enter and hold, especially if I notice that move on 4 hour time frame, that the market has reached a resistance. You can enter without even fearing, and you even say, if you have a group, you can even say hold that trade, or you can even say put a trailing stop, start trailing, rocking your profit as the market is busy spiking. Because what happens is that when crash is going in an uptrend, it makes more of those small ticks like this, and small candles. If it makes small candle spikes and then it moves like this, it makes another small candle spike, it moves. That means the market is in an uptrend. But what happens if crash is in a downtrend? It makes those small candles, little of them, and then longer spikes. Small candles, longer spike, like it is happening here. Okay. So if you notice that crash 1000 or 500 has reached the level of resistance, if you see that crash 1000 has reached the level of resistance, you can enter without even fearing at all. Why? Because every time, I want you to listen to this. Please, those of you, if you have questions in mind, this is the time that you can even be leaving them in a comment section. Whereas I am live right now, I'll be able to respond as soon as I am done explaining this strategy. So every time crash 1000 or boom 1000 reaches the resistance level, it will start spiking. So without even you doubting, you can even enter trades. You enter trade one at a time. So for example, you are on a 4 hour time frame right now, and then you notice something. Here is a resistance on this level. And then you notice that the market is making those smaller, reaching smaller ticks, approaching this level. Okay, you can even enter somewhere here, and then if the market moves, you enter again on top, knowing that it is a guarantee the market will begin falling down. So if the market begins falling down, you also place another entry here, you enter. You also place another entry here, you enter, and then you leave the trade hanging, whereas you put a trading stop. So after you see that, let's go on 1 minute time frame. On 1 minute time frame, this is what? Wow, this is now a proof of what I was saying. Okay, this is the proof. Please, if you're able to see what I'm telling you and the charts, please encourage me by showing that you understand what I'm talking about, because I need you to understand this is a gift to you. It's a golden buzzer for you people. It is a golden buzzer, and you're going to be profitable in crash and boom. If you think I'm lying, or if it fails you, if what I'm teaching you fails you, I want you to comment back and tell me, call me a liar, or call me somebody who lies to people. So this is a chart. Okay, and right now that line, it's a horizontal line of a resistance which we saw on a 4 hour time frame. So like I was telling you, that if you want to start catching or trading spikes, always make sure that, or if you're trading spikes on if you're trading spikes on if you're trading spikes on crash 1000, make sure that you observe what you're seeing on the chart. Because the truth of the matter is that crash will always spike on a higher time frame. Will spike, especially if you spot that it is reaching the resistance level. Okay? If you spot that after you analyze, let me clarify this to you. 4-hour and 1-hour time frame is for analysis purpose. Then 1 minute time frame is where you make an entry. That's what I do. So if you want to understand this, always make sure that you put this to work. Before you even use it on a real account, practice it on demo. Within 1 week, I can guarantee you, count the losses you're going to make and the win trades. You come back to me and you appreciate me later on. So what happens is that on support on resistance level, which you spotted on 1-hour time frame or 4-hour time frame, and the market approaches there. Imagine if you entered here, okay? If you made an entry here, you make an entry here, the market spikes, okay? Immediately it spikes, you see some small moves, you enter somewhere here, it moves a bit, it spikes. Again, you enter, because as long as you've seen that the market is on a hard time frame, is coming from a resistance level, just know that you are safe. The market is not going to go back here anymore. The market is going below. Why? Because the market will always follow the levels of interest. In this case, for Crash 1000, we see, or we have analyzed it on a higher time frame, that it is on the resistance level, and then on 1-hour time frame as well. If we go on 1-hour time frame, you will see and prove me wrong that what I'm saying is true. Here, this is a resistance level, okay, which we had to put a horizontal line here. It's a resistance level. So the moment Crash 1000 approached the resistance level, it started spiking. And from that day, it has never gone back. Okay, it came here, it made what we call a correction. This was a correction. It dropped again. That's how the market was moving. So after 3 days from this day, the market was in a consolidation. But eventually, lastly, it made a breakout here and came down. That's what happens. So here, Crash 1000 started spiking at this level. Okay? The principle, let me repeat this. If you want to start trading accurate spikes, accurately without even fear, make sure that you follow what I'm teaching you. Crash 1000 always spike on a higher time frame, such as 1-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, I use it to understand the direction of the market. Understand this, you my brothers and sisters. I don't want you to fail. I want you to be great when it comes to the market. 4-hour time frame, we use it to determine the direction and the level where the market has reached. 1-hour time frame, we use it to confirm the resistance level at which the market also has reached. So in this case, on 4-hour time frame, we spotted that the market reached a resistance. When we brought it on a higher time frame, on a lower time frame, 1-hour time frame, we came to understand that the market has also reached the resistance. So here I made an entry. I made an entry level here. Understand this. I made an entry level here. Okay? And I even gave a signal here. And the market began dropping rapidly, began dropping. And there's another signal to know that Crash 1000 will begin spiking is when you see it approaching the level of resistance. Immediately you can make an entry here. If you see it moving again, you make an entry here. But I can guarantee you, you can cut my thumb, I can guarantee you that the market and spikes will begin dropping massively. Why? Because it is at the best level of interest. There is no way you can start entering when the market has moved away from resistance if you want to start trading crash spikes. The secret is you sticking to the principle. This will help you. Now, I want us to do something. We are going to box the price. I want us to box the price. I want to prove to you that the market always spikes on high on resistance for crash 1500. So we are going to put this, and we are also going to fill in with a red color, okay, so that we are going to fill in, so that I want you to understand what is happening. So after we've boxed the price in those red, let's go on 1 minute time frame, and I want to prove this to you on 1 minute time frame. Come on, guys, this is awesome. This is knowledge. It is not something that you need to have an indicator to be profitable in trading crash and boom. You need to understand what makes spikes to occur. So in this case, this is where we boxed. Spikes started happening on the level of resistance on crash 1000, which we started from, which we spotted and analyzed on a 4-hour time frame. So spikes started happening, long spikes, which proved to us that the market has changed in a trend. Here it tried to fool people, but those who don't understand eventually came out of a trade. But I held. It made longer spikes until the market reached this level. Check. Imagine. How much would you have made from there coming down up to this level? How much would you have made? Let's try to see how much the market moved. We are going to measure some pips up to this level. The market moved 191 pips. 191 pips. Okay? Why? The answer is simple. Because of the principles. So, crash will always spike on key levels of support and resistance. So if you understand where the market is, you see the direction, you analyze on 4-hour time frame, and you see that the market is on a resistance. You come on 4-hour time frame, 1-hour time frame, you see that the market is at the level, on the level of resistance. You even come again on 15-minute time frame. 15-minute time frame, this is where we box the price. And the spikes started happening here. So, to sum it up, to summarize the whole thing, if you want to catch spikes accurately without failing, always make sure that you know where the market is. Okay, so here, this is the level, a verified level on both higher time frame and smaller time frame. So we came here, it is also a level. Here it is also a level. Okay? So eventually here the market came, it started spiked. But after it reached this level, it created a support level, it went back. It reached here, it retested. So spikes will always come on resistance level for crash 1000 and crash 500. Okay? So this evening, I want you to be live. I will teach about boom 1000. Okay, I will teach about boom 1000. You don't need to stress that no, you need the robot. That is crap. I'm not going to lie to you. I've never relied on a robot. Okay, a lot of people have been asking, but this is how I trade. When I say hold, I always know that you are going to hold. Okay, next week I'm going to give you a best strategy on how to determine where the market is going when it comes to currencies. So like I was saying, Crash 1000 will always spike at the level of resistance. Boom 1000 will always spike at the level of support. So how do you analyze? I'm going to go back again what I was saying. You make sure that you start with a higher time frame, such as 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame will determine to you where the market is going. Okay, so this is a 4-hour time frame. This is a 4-hour time frame. This is a 4-hour time frame. So what will happen is that when the market reaches here, there, we are going to experience a small spike down below. Okay, but otherwise, if we see many rejection below here, we will see that the market has changed trends. If you understand this principle, you can even know when to trade against spikes and when to trade spikes. Okay, you cannot trade against spikes when you have seen that the market is in a downtrend for crash 1000, and you cannot trade spikes for crash 1000 or 500 when you see that the market has changed direction, is in an uptrend. So if you understand how these opposite things work, you will not make a mistake of entering a trade expecting a spike to occur at this level. Okay, that no, I'm going to hold a spike. No, right now we are in between and we're trying to understand the mission and the intention of the market here. So if we see that the market changes directions, okay, or the market makes some consolidations here, okay, make some consolidation here, like you start consolidating, we just know that the market is about to hit a turnover going up. So guys, any questions? Because I am about to close. Time has passed me. Any question? Yes, I'm reading questions right now, and yes, after we analyze on a higher time frame, we should go down to lower time frame to monitor as well. So for example, if you see the direction of the market, like right now, crash 1000 on a 4-hour time frame, when we squeeze it or we take it also to daily time frame, you will see that the market has reached the level down below. As you can see, this is daily time frame. On a daily time frame, we are just waiting for a confirmation, because already down below we have seen some possible rejection. Down below we have seen some possible rejection. So right now for crash 1000, you don't have to trade anything, you must wait. So this is a daily time frame, but if we take it to 4-hour time frame like this, we are able to see that the market is pulling up now. So the moment we see some consolidation, because every time the market is about to make a change in direction, it will make some possible consolidation, and then immediately it breaks through that consolidation, we even now anticipate a possible buy. Okay, so right now as we are speaking, it has spiked. Let's check on a 1-hour time frame. It has spiked. Okay, and also to confirm that the market has changed the direction, it will start creating higher highs. Okay, and also these small ticks will be many, a lot of them, and these spikes candles will be shorter. Okay, so we can see another one will start moving up above. So guys, may God bless you. That is all I had for you. Thank you so much. You have free time, you can ask questions and I'll be able to respond to you and help you. This is your lucky time. I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you this knowledge for free which other people are selling. Thank you. May God bless you.